Yesterday at Kilmarnock, they drew a blank for the 5th time in 7 league games. Tommy Burns was given the treatment as he made his way to the visitors' dugout for the first time since leaving Kilmarnock for Celtic. And it was a big day for 2 of the youngsters Burns had brought to Rugby Park, defender Derek Anderson and goalkeeper Colin Meldrum, in for the injured Bobby Geddes. Anderson lined up alongside Neil Whitworth in the Killie defence, with Ray Montgomery injured and Andy Millen suspended, while Celtic had Phil O'Donnell back in the side after injury and opted for a front 2 of Willie Falconer and Andy Walker, with Simon Donnelly and Paul Byrne on the bench. The referee was Martin Clark from Edinburgh, summariser Alan McInally, commentator Jerry McNee.
So, 2 teams with lots to prove. Kick-off here at Rugby Park, and it's been a disappointing run by Killie, who have taken just 2 points from the last 9, a defeat and 2 draws, and in the last game against Falkirk they were 3 ahead, but it ended 3-3. Celtic have gone 7 games without a win. Not the best preparation for a cup final. So a vital afternoon in terms of the championship for both clubs. Celtic forcing the early play and getting themselves a corner kick. And Tommy Burns, who got a rather warm reception when he emerged from the tunnel. So the corner kick taken. And that's behind for the goal kick. Ryan O'Neill coming forward to lend his height to the attack. So Andy Walker topples to the ground, and Celtic have the free kick, and this is about the range for John Collins. So Colin Meldrum organising his defence. He'll be 19 next Saturday. This is a big test for him today. Just his 3rd appearance of the season. So it's Collins with McStay. Played off to Grant. Played in by Boyd, but offside, and the free kick awarded.
Obviously something Celtic have tried to do in training, but I mean really John Collins has proved on a couple of very important occasions where he can score from those positions, and for the life of me I can't understand why he didn't have a pot of goal. Certainly with such a young goalkeeper in for Kilmarnock today, it would have been a test for him so early on in the game.
Faulkner, a little bit of barging there, but play continuing. It's Boyd who sends it through. This is McStay. It's Collins. Tosh McKinlay. Going for the head of Faulkner. Touch from him, but doesn't quite come off. Celtic have it again though through McStay. Trying to play a little 1-2 there with Walker, but Kilmarnock have it again through Black. This is McKee. Collins digs in for Celtic. Still Kilmarnock have it though. It's played now to Brown. Through the middle now, and the chance on here. The goalkeeper again committing himself. It's Henry. Blocked by Tosh McKinlay. And Kilmarnock giving Celtic a hard time of it. Battling here for every ball. It's Boyd under pressure from Brown, but the referee stepping in and awarding the free kick. But excellent play, spirited play by Kilmarnock. That ball played through towards Henry. Got it away from Marshall. And it was Tosh McKinlay who blocked it. It's cleared by McNally. Faulkner goes for it. Again, it's Neil Whitworth stepping in to Black. This is McKee. Little stumble by him, almost putting his team in trouble, but again, it's Whitworth, and 1 or 2 signs of nerves from Kilmarnock. Quite a few mistakes, and that's a free kick conceded by Black as Collins threatened to get away from him, but those were self-inflicted wounds there by Killie, who have been playing so well. 3 mistakes in quick succession and ending with that free kick, which gives Celtic a chance to create some problems for Kilmarnock. McNally, meanwhile, moves forward into the area. This is O'Donnell, who's quickly closed down. Back it goes to Grant. That comes off McNally and goes behind for the goal kick. So Alec Totten wants a bit more effort. He certainly had plenty so far, but managers are never satisfied. Kilmarnock have the throw-in. To be taken by Tom Black. A little bit of slackness by Celtic, allowing Brown to pounce. And that was a good block by Tosh McKinlay. Kilmarnock certainly looking the livelier side. And the manager has them well wound up for this one, no doubt about that. It's McStay though, moving in for Celtic. Now it's Faulkner. Good close control by him. He takes a return from Collins, but overhits the pass. Well, again, Meldrum taking a bit of a chance there and showing a few nerves. Signed last year, Promkel winning Rangers. So McNally's header, touched by Faulkner. Andy Walker with a lot to do there. Kilmarnock players all around him. This is Black playing it through. It's Black again. That's O'Neill for Celtic. McKinlay plays it across to McNally. There's O'Neill holding off the challenge of Elliot Mitchell. And now it's McKinlay. Looking for Faulkner. Touchdown to Collins. Play on, says the referee. And it's O'Donnell trying the shot and the ball deflecting. And the outcome is a goal kick. Brown getting a touch for Kilmarnock. Picked up now by Henry. This is Gus McPherson pushing well forward, taking the return from Brown, but wide of target with the effort. Gus McPherson, the fullback, pushing forward. This is his 14th appearance of the season this afternoon. The man who began his career with Rangers back in '86 and moved here in February 1990.
Certainly something Gus McPherson likes to do, Jerry. He likes to come forward, link up. He has a good shot. He has scored a few goals from outside the box like that. And actually speaking to him in the middle of the week, said he was going to try and get forward as many times as he could. So I've given him the mention now. But he'll have to hit the target.
So it is McPherson who takes the throw. And it's a play by McNally. Well, Tommy Burns there, I wonder what's going through his mind this afternoon. I suppose it'll be a quiz question in years to come. Name the two Kilmarnock players in the Celtic dugout on November the 19th, 1994. There's Tommy Burns and Billy Stark, still registered Kilmarnock players. So a strange set of circumstances. It's McNally's header. Donald loses out, but in comes Grant to force a play forward for Celtic. A touch by Walker to McStay. Kilmarnock getting plenty of players behind the ball. Yep. O'Neill will have to be very careful. He's really under a lot of pressure now, following his caution. This is McNally. Faulkner gets a little touch switch on to Collins. He's got Walker wide. Still it's Collins trying to get forward, and he gets the free kick conceded by Tom Black. Well, Andy Walker had got himself into a nice position just to the right of Collins, but he couldn't wriggle clear to play the ball through, and the Celtic have to settle for the free kick. Well, I wonder this time, will Collins have a blast? The last one Celtic had, they dithered a bit. So a testing moment for Colin Meldrum and his defenders. The referee wants the defensive wall to retreat just another little bit. So can John Collins strike or will it be Grant? It's Collins, and that's a magnificent effort by John Collins. That one couldn't have been far away. So close to his 7th goal of the season. Peter Grant made the run over the ball. Collins with the left foot, and that really was so close. Tremendous strike by the Celtic midfielder. Again, Tom Brown in there causing problems for Celtic. A miscue by McNally, and Kilmarnock comes so close to taking the lead. Well, Ali Mitchell claiming that the ball had been deflected, but what a chance that was. I mentioned earlier that it was McNally who had given away the goal in the earlier meeting between the clubs at Hampden. He gave it away there, and that should have been a corner kick. The ball coming off Gordon Marshall. So McNally breathes a sigh of relief. Ali Mitchell most displeased by that decision. Through now for John Collins, and that's the free kick. Gus McPherson, the culprit, and he gets a word of warning from the referee.
It would have been very hard on the referee had booked here. Gus just really manned John's run. John was only a half step in front of him. There was no real malice in the foul.
Tosh McKinlay playing it through, looking for Faulkner. Again he gets a little knock down. The chance on for Boyd. That's defensive play by Kilmarnock. Certainly Willie Faulkner got a nice little down, but a bit of dithering defensively by Kilmarnock. A good miscue there by Tom Black, and almost allowing Tom Boyd to pounce and strike for Celtic.
Well, I said once in a game before that you can just see here Willie Faulkner does superbly. Tom Black can't clear it, and it's actually on his good foot. Tom Boyd give him a bit of stick, saying I said his left foot was good, and he knows he should have done better there.
Here comes Celtic again. It's Faulkner trying to pick out Mike Stay, and Kilmarnock get it away effectively. There's McKinlay caught there, but it's a throw into Kilmarnock, which is quickly taken. But the flag has gone up on the far side, and the linesman attracting the attention of the referee. Referee calling over Ali Mitchell. So this is the challenge. It was a late one. And then as the two players get up again, he had a little go there because the referee had in fact awarded a throw-in. There had been no free kick given for the challenge. It was for that little nip he had at McKinlay. So we'll now play just over a minute of stoppage time. Boyd takes the throw in. Boyd again. So true towards Brown, but McNally climbs above him, and there in fact goes the half-time whistle. Well, both teams giving their all in that first half, and Celtic's best chance coming perhaps after 33 minutes. A free kick by John Collins. Colin Meldrum looked just a little bit late in going for it, but the ball inches past the post, and at the other end a miscue by McNally let Mitchell in, but the ball deflected off Gordon Marshall. The half-time score here at Rugby Park, it's Kilmarnock 0, Celtic 0.
The new Compact Presario is a home computer that has everything you need to run your own business, including a built-in answer phone
Can you call me at work?
and fax. It also comes with CD-ROM to bring interactive learning to your children and multimedia entertainment to you. The new Presario from Compact.
I remember the night we walked barefoot in the wet sand. I remember the sparkle of bubbles in the moonlight. And I remember, too, discovering these delicious little milk chocolate squares with their soft caramel and that lovely crunchy bit. And I tried to forget that someone saw fit to name them Munchies. I said I tried to forget.
The only way to predict the future is to shape it. The new BMW Compact.
Pantene Hair Health Update.
Would you believe that friction caused by brushing and combing can actually damage unconditioned hair?
Pantene knows this. The provitamin B5 not only nourishes the roots, it penetrates the whole of your hair. Pantene strengthens and protects against combing damage, leaving it so healthy looking it shines.
It's good to know my hair's protected with this, because I'm not going to stop doing this. Would you?
Pantene, daily treatment for healthy looking hair.
Every time you buy £12 worth of SO fuel, you can get your on a 3-hour Philips videotape for only 99p. Time after time after time. So fast forward to SO.
Arthur's popped out to buy a television. Ah, these look interesting. And naturally, he pops in for a closer look. But then, the sun comes out. Fortunately, Arthur spotted the 21S1 from Panasonic, the only TV with CATS, Contrast Auto Tracking System, which means the picture automatically adjusts to changes in light and keeps the Panasonic just to Arthur's liking. The Panasonic 21S1 with CATS.
So it's Kilmarnock who get the second half underway. I'm glad to see the lights have come on. And quick look round shows no change in either lineup. Well, Alan, what would be the message from the managers in there at half-time?
Well, I think Alec Taunton would be happy with his first half. He'd be very happy with the debut boy, Derek Anderson, who's handled Walker and Faulkner very well. But I think it'll be emphasising to Mitchell and McKee to get down around the outsides and cause them even more problems and be more positive, because when they have done that, they have caused Celtic a lot of problems. On the other hand, Tommy Burns is going to look for his midfield to be more creative and get more chances for the front two, which they didn't do in the first half, and I'm sure he'll be wanting them to do that in the second.
This is Gus McPherson, season campaigner. Still a great atmosphere inside this refurbished ground. And just another standing up at the end, but Brown is attacking. That must be a penalty. It is. The referee points to the spot. O'Neill made the challenge on Brown, and the referee pointed to the spot. Absolutely no doubt about that one, just inside the area. And what a chance now for Kilmarnock. O'Neill going in there and taking the player out of the game. Brown has been causing him problems throughout. So it will be Tom Black to take this one. He has 1 goal already this season. Andy Walker giving some advice to Gordon Marshall just a moment ago. So it's Black against Marshall. He starts his run. Finds it by the goalkeeper. It's off the post. Well, how unlucky can Kilmarnock be? Matt Skilling coming in there. It looked certain they would score. The goalkeeper reacting well. Skilling coming in. The ball smacking off the inside of the post, right across the face of goal. Well, Kilmarnock players and fans can't believe it.
What a hero Gordon Marshall is for Celtic. Absolutely brilliant, but I'm sure that Matt Skilling cannot believe he never scored there. He had the open goal at his mercy and hit the post, and still the ball didn't go in. Unbelievable. And Celtic breathe again.
This is Walker. Black's there for Kilmarnock. And plays very confidently indeed in a very tight situation. That draws applause from the home fans. This is Walker. Played in by McStay. Faulkner's there. A good touch by Faulkner. The ball still in play. Kept in play there by Andy Walker. And Tosh McKinlay running the ball out of play. Again, it was Ellie Mitchell who was with him. But it was Paul McStay firing in the long ball. Faulkner got a good touch on it. There was no one there to finish off, and Andy Walker swept it back across the face of goal. And it's aimed towards Faulkner, but that was Whitworth who got the initial touch. This is McStay for Celtic. It's away by Gus McPherson. Turned by O'Donnell. This is Faulkner. Tosh McKinlay runs in support. Again, Mitchell's with him. Tosh McKinlay does well this time. That's a good cross. And Mark Riley, I think it was, managed to get it away. Still Celtic have it though. Another testing ball. And Celtic have the corner. It's a good little spell now by Celtic, and Neil Whitworth reacting well.
Just shows you, Jerry, you can have a lot of possession. Kilmarnock have had certainly a lot of possession in the second half. They should have taken the lead. There's still nothing each, and all of a sudden Celtic are coming into the game, and they're looking now the team more likely to score.
So it's last Tosh McKinlay get away from his marker and get in a good cross, and that one just drifting behind from Faulkner. Well, he's starting to make more of a mark in this game. And the Kilmarnock defence will have to be very careful indeed. He's starting to prove a problem for Neil Whitworth and Derek Anderson. It's Paul McStay getting a touch for Celtic. Here's again. Celtic starting to motor a bit now. This is Tom Boyd driving it through, and O'Donnell sending the ball high over the target. Well, Phil O'Donnell's managed 3 goals in his short spell with Celtic, but wild with that one high into the stand.
It's a hard one to take when the ball's coming as quick to you as the ball was delivered from Tom Boyd. I said that Tommy Bonds wanted a little bit more individuality, a little bit more skill from his midfield, and it was superb skill that set up Tom Boyd from Paul McStay there, and that's exactly what Tommy Bonds will want in this last 20 minutes or so.
It's McNally's header. Returned by Whitworth, dropping in behind the defence, and Tosh McKinlay putting the goalkeeper under pressure. That ball's out of play. It's a corner kick. Gordon Marshall not happy with the decision, but the ball dropping in behind the defence, and that forced Tosh McKinlay into the error. So a chance now for Kilmarnock after that nice little spell by Celtic. So forward goes Derek Anderson. Well, a debut goal from him would be quite a thing. Marshall leaves his line. He's in trouble here. And again Kilmarnock coming so close. John Henry sweeping the ball right across the face of goal. Marshall come way off his line, appeared to be blocked, and the ball right across the face of goal from John Henry, the former Clydebank player.
It's a good deep cross. Big Gordon actually comes to get it. He can't get through the ruck of players. There's nobody picking up John Henry at the back post. Unfortunately, he just can't direct his shot on target. The ball goes painfully wide.
Again, Brown does well in the air. This is O'Neill. Just in ahead of Henry. It's given away though. This is Henry to Brown. It's picked up by Tosh McKinlay. Faulkner plays it through for Donnelly. That's a good touch there by Faulkner. And Donnelly trying the shot, which had Colin Meldrum scrambling across his goal. Whitworth. As McKinlay loses out, force of numbers against him. Whitworth is well forward. Retains possession. This is Riley. Playing it now to Black. This is Mitchell. Josh McKinlay slides in now. Peter Grant threading it through to Donnelly. Collins is in a bit of space on the far side, but he plays it through to Faulkner. And the first time effort wide of target. Well, John Collins was in a lot of space out on the right-hand side, but it was played through there to the big Celtic striker and well wide of target. It's a boy's header, a little touch on by McStay. McStay the long pass there to Collins, through now for Faulkner. Faulkner turning well and getting in a decent shot as well.
Does well, the big man here. Actually, Colin Meldrum does very well. He hasn't been called upon to make any great saves, and when he did, he made a good save there, although Willie only turning in a half chance, unlucky.
This is Black. That's Masgrave. Fresh legs of Masgrave and getting forwards and having a shot at goal. This is Brown. Nelly makes the challenge and that's Kilmarnock's throw. So just about 2 minutes left, plus any stoppage time to be added on.
Yeah, it's been a good game. I think of all the fervour before match things about the political side of it, I think was almost disappeared in the first 10 minutes of the game, but both sets of players have given everything today. But just that last telling pass to create something a bit special for their teammates just hasn't been there today.
And here comes O'Donnell for Celtic. It breaks away out to Collins. It was Whitworth who played everyone onside, and he just missed out in that one, and that let Faulkner get in the header. So the ball played away out right to John Collins, and he floated in the cross. It got just beyond Whitworth, and there was Faulkner with the header. They're taking their time about it, Kilmarnock. This is Masgrave, a nice little turn by him. Mitchell's in there with Marshall, and again Marshall doing well, getting in the long clearance. This is O'Donnell. And there goes the final whistle. So a hard-fought match from handshakes between the managers, but Kilmarnock with still just 2 wins in the championship this season. Celtic have now gone 8 games in the championship without a win, but what a chance for Kilmarnock in the second half. Kilmarnock awarded a penalty kick, Black took it, Marshall saved, and then Skilling smacked the ball against the inside of the post. The final score here at Rugby Park, Kilmarnock 0, Celtic 0.
So there we are, 0-0, but Kilmarnock did have chances, didn't they, and opportunities to win it, Jerry?
Yeah, they'll be disappointed they didn't win, but what a struggle both are having in the championship. I said they're Celtic 8 games without a win, not the way to prepare for a National Cup final. But I thought the glimmer of hope for Celtic yesterday was Paul McStay. He's going to be a very important player at Ibrox next week. He's never lifted a trophy as skipper of Celtic. That must weigh on his mind, especially with the family background he has, the Celtic family background he has. Grant suspended, O'Donnell is cup tied. But I thought he showed a lot of aggression yesterday, Paul, as well as a lot of skill. He's had injuries lately, and that's hampered him. I don't think there's any doubt about that. We saw it in the Old Firm match, for instance, and he missed the recent international match. But there was a glimmer from him yesterday that he's coming back to form.
Yeah, dare I say, it was only green light for Celtic really yesterday. I mean, he's as involved as I've ever seen Paul stay in a more of a battling sense. You know, he's got a partner in Peter Grant who's normally the one we would associate with that. But you know, Paul really, you know, led by example yesterday. Although you know, Celtic really are struggling badly, and they really have to do something about it before this cup final on Sunday.
I think the penalty save apart, Gordon Marshall really commanding his area. He's made a lot of important saves for Celtic this season, and he will be another crucial player for them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He was superb yesterday, and I said in commentary, you know, when a goalkeeper comes to collect balls and high balls come into the area, you know, and your goalie does this, and you know he's going to do it, it takes so much of the pressure off your defence. Big Gordon on numerous occasions has been superb this year. For Celtic, and although Mark McNally does his best to put his goalkeeper under pressure, but again he's done superb. He's put the striker under a lot of pressure, then he's missed, and the save for the penalty is great. Not only this, he's got his big body up, he's made it difficult for Max Killen to hit an empty net, and hopefully just because of that he's missed. And again here, superb, comes out, claims the ball, brilliant play, absolutely superb, and that's how he takes the pressure right off. And he has been a real big plus this year for Celtic, and you know he did it on numerous occasions yesterday, and yeah, superb.
I think Pat Bonner's helping him along at Celtic, of course, as well, Alan. What about individual Kilmarnock performances, Jerry?
Well, Tom Brown, you've got to look at him. He was a thorn in Celtic's side, and he's made a tremendous impact. I mean, we saw him play for Glenafton in the Junior Cup final a couple of years ago, and he's really good in the air, early doors yesterday. His passing abilities in evidence here, that went through to Henry, and really gave the Celtic defence a hard time, and of course, by battling away, he got his just reward.
Yeah, I know Tom really well. I actually worked with him quite you know, closely when I was here, and you know, he does good things like this by taking on defenders which defenders don't like, and this is what possibly Celtic didn't have enough of by committing people. But yeah, he's done really well coming from the junior game. Big
Whitworth of Kilmarnock, Alan, settling in well, and what is a new defensive partnership, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a good buy by Alec Totten, bringing both Colin McKee and him at the same time. Over the years, I think Kilmarnock had big, strong centre halves. Now, you know, he was in a new partnership with Derek Anderson, who did exceptionally well yesterday, and he carried it on his shoulders, the responsibility with yesterday, and gave really Willie Faulkner a very difficult time, because obviously Celtic are looking to a great header there, a great defensive header, aware of everything that was happening round about him, and it was a real plus. Well, great defending there as well, because they were under a little bit of pressure, does the simple thing, and well, he was a real plus for Kilmarnock yesterday.
The penalty incident, now there were claims, Jerry, it was outside the area. What do you think?
Well, I had no doubts. I thought it was inside, and I think even if there is any slight doubt at all, you give the advantage to the attacker. It's interesting here, look at O'Neill, he goes to challenge him, pulls out, he's already been booked, and then he has to make the challenge there. And for my money, that's inside the penalty area. I called it straight away, and in my book, that's a penalty kick.
Yeah, I would have said exactly the same thing. Tom Brown does superb here. Takes with the outside, like I said, he takes people on, commits defenders, and Brian already booked before. And just there, you could possibly have thought it was outside the box, but the ascendance is definitely with the attacker. He's going into the box in a goal-scoring situation. For me, yeah, it was definitely a penalty. Tom does really well here by turning away. Mark McNally doesn't know exactly what to do. Brian comes in, that's a penalty for me as well.
Okay, penalty it was, so you were right. What about it, Jerry? The Coca-Cola Cup final is looming. What chance do you give Celtic right now?
Well, their confidence obviously can't be too high after that run of results. I think if they can get Mowbray back in defence, that will help. I would play him alongside O'Neill. I think McNally's going through a really bad patch. I think it's a day for Charlie Nicholas, his passing ability. You know, with Grant and O'Donnell out, they've got to think along those lines. But Wraith Rovers, I think, have a real chance. And because they've got an exceptional manager, I've said it many times, in Domenico.
OK, well, as we say, Celtic with plenty to think about with that Coca-Cola Cup final looming. In a couple of minutes from now, more Premier Division action. It's Rangers against Falkirk.